at the Dame Dash, looking at this Dame Dash interview on the Breakfast Club. You know, it's crazy because seeing what Dame is going through is like deja vu. Um, we've been taught, especially because of everything that we've went through as a people. We've been taught since we was younger. Stick together. You know, if you have issues with the people that you care about, the people that's close to you, people that you love, you got love for, you talk it out. You talk it out amongst each other, and you hold each other down. One thing that I noticed with Dame, immediately, shout out to Art. He does the art of dialogue, and one thing that I noticed about that before we get to the Breakfast Club is he said in the interview, he says, "Yo, Cam, I'm not protecting you anymore." When he said that, I'm like, damn, like, is it that bad? Is Cam really not like that? He says, "Cam, I'm not protecting you anymore." So when he said that, I'm saying to myself, what is he not protecting him from? And then sure enough, he said it. He says, "Yo, I'm in the car with this dude, him and Big L. I'm going to bust a move real quick. I see a checkpoint up ahead. I'm like, yo, I got a few joints in the trunk. If they stop us, hopefully they don't, I'll take it." Cam start crying. Yo, I'm going to PC. I'm signing in. Cam. No, Cam. Cam, that's not good, Cam. That's not good, Cam. Now, I know a lot of people are trying to call Dame out, saying that he's capping and he's fronting on a lot of the things that he's saying, but nah, I don't see a reason why Dame will have to sit here in front. He's the OG. You got to think about it. If it wasn't for Dame being, because when I was younger, a lot of people would have me believe, yo, Dame is too aggressive. He talks mean to people. He's this, he's that. But when you become a man of your own and you start handling your own responsibilities and taking care of things, you got people to feed, you start to realize that you can't play around with people. You have to have that type of energy sometimes because the world is a cold world. This is not a happy-go-lucky world. You know what I mean? People are getting mistreated badly every day, in and out of business, personal relationships, business relationships. People get treated bad. So I could talk, and then you got to understand, Dame is from the streets. He's a street dude. So why would I be coming into corporate America and business, playing around with people, talking on that? No, we got to get down to business. Now, respect is one thing. Respect, have a certain level of respect for people. So and hopefully they give you the same thing. But a lot of people have it confused. When business is involved, you can't play around. When we doing business, we don't. This ain't no happy-go-lucky. You understand? Charlemagne, now he gets on the Breakfast Club, right? One thing I noticed that he said, y'all have this undying love, this unwavering loyalty to Jay-Z. He feels like they're on the payroll. The only way that he would be able to even insinuate something like that is if he understands how payola works. And of course, Dame Dash, he's Dame Dash. Why wouldn't he understand how payola works? And this is the problem. Now, notice how, real quick, I'm going to drop this little hint in there. Notice how Flex is gone. But also notice how, real shortly, there's going to be a Rico coming up on the radio stations. There's going to be a Rico coming up because they say that these radio stations is applying pressure to the artists. They saying the radio stations is, oh, Saif, salute Saif. Nah, yo, you know what's so crazy? It's funny you said that. When I first started doing battle rap coverage and I started interviewing artists back in 2015, I was on papers. I was on papers. My very first battle rap event, 2015, Summer Madness 5, I was on papers. Absolutely, I was. I was on papers. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, battle rap helped me. C Double, what up? Battle rap actually helped me. A lot of people don't know, but yeah, I was on parole when I when I was up north. I was writing to myself. I was writing to myself every day, saying to myself, "Yo, what are you gonna do to save yourself from you?" You know what I mean? Because I'm not the type of person that is influenced by people. I'm influenced by myself and my own thoughts. So you know, I never been in a gang, never joined no gang, so that was never my thing. But yeah, I had real diabolical thoughts. And I had a business mindset when I was young, in my early 20s, and I didn't really understand it. I was going about it the wrong way, having that business mindset. My last bid, I wound up shutting down a store that was in business for 2 generations. I'm not proud of it. It was a store owned by a Jewish gentleman. I was pretty much opening up eBays in the United States and the UK, and I was selling a lot of merchandise from this store. It was so crazy. I remember I get locked up. They come lock me up or whatever. They come with the task force, break my door down, boom, lock me up. I remember I get locked up my first day, maybe my second day in the county. I call home, and my girl at the time, she says to me, "Yo, I logged into your PayPal account like you asked me to. One of your customers just cleared a payment for $700. I said, "Damn." Now I'm in jail, still making money off of sales that I did on this business while I'm locked up. And it hit me. It hit me right there. I said, "Damn, I gotta make plans, not just a plan." Because for me, a plan is not enough because I get bored easily. So, but yeah. So we can't expect Dame not to know what he's talking about. A lot of people are saying Dame is capping, but if they feel like Dame is capping, if Cam feels like Dame is capping, Cam, why you don't tell him come on the show? Invite him to the show, Cam. That's all I'm saying. I like Cam. I like Dame. I'm a hip hop kid. It's things that I like about everybody. If I listen to your music and I got you on the playlist, there's things that I like about everybody. And I understand that being from New York has a very big impact on hip hop. So when I see 2 dudes like Dame and Cam going back and forth, mind you, Cam was going through it with Jimmy. You understand? So it's like we don't see Jimmy and Dame going through it. So it's funny. After a while, when a person is constantly going through something with somebody and multiple people, you gotta ask yourself, is it them? Is it them? If I feel like, you know, if I was in Jay's position, I wouldn't let Dame go through what he's going through. If I was in Dame's position, and the people can tell you this right now, I've gotten plenty people jobs. That's all I do. Yo, listen, I will get you a job today. We'll work for a whole few weeks, maybe a whole month. That job is over. I'm not calling you until there's more money to come in because I know that you have a family to take care of. I know you have business. I know you have things to do. I don't like playing in people's face. My friends can tell you that, whether it's battle rap, whether it's photography, videography, whether it's shipping, whether it's construction and home repairs and equity rebuilding, whatever I do, whatever job I call somebody on, once that job is over, I'm not chit-chatting and playing in your face until there's more money to be made, because that's what I'm about. I'm about feeding people. I'm about giving people money. I don't play with people. You understand? When my peoples call me, if I got a service to provide during the pandemic, Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Alan. Shout out to you, Alan. Get your bars media. Shout out to you, right? So during the pandemic, matter of fact, this is how transparent I am. And this is how transparent we all should be. I owe Get Your Bars Media up a watch. He won a watch from one of my contests. I still owe him a watch. During the pandemic, I had an office down in Broadway in Harlem, 143rd. And I was doing the live streams. I was getting crazy, making clothes. Shout out to Alan. My boy Alan will tell y'all. He's in the chat right now. Alan saw that I was making clothes. Me and the OG. Shout out to my OG, the big bro. Shout out to Hollywood. I love you, bro. I got to come check you out. We were making the clothes during the pandemic. I'm promoting the clothes, hoodies, t-shirts, everything. Alan hopped on the joint. Yo, could you send me a shirt? Yeah, I got you. Yo, send me this. Virgo, I believe it's a Virgo shirt. It's crazy because it's Virgo season. I said, sure, bro, I got you. Printed it up, put everything together, shot to the post office. The post office is right down the street in Harlem. That's what I love doing business in New York City because everything is right there. I walk right down the street, throw it in the mailbox, boom, 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 wrap it up, name on it. I send it off to Alan. Alan gets it. So you understand, like, me and him talking during that time. We're building because at that time, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. A lot of QAnon. There's a lot of conspiracies. A lot of things that are going on in the world. And you have to be able to see through the nonsense to see what really is happening because the media plays you out. We don't have black-owned media. These news stations and news networks that broadcast, because live streaming is one thing. Broadcasting is a totally different thing. That's why I need you guys to understand. Broadcasting is when you're sending this out to a large, massive group with hopes of getting a large audience. That's broadcasting, okay? Even though people can pull a few thousands of people on a live stream, broadcasting is totally different. This is when you're doing it to multiple platforms. When you live streaming, you're doing it on that platform you're on. We're broadcasting to a large audience. So even with that, I'm talking to Alan, we kicking it. He says to me, yo, my sister needs this done. I said, all right, bet. He knows I'm a cameraman. I've been letting everybody know I'm a cameraman. Bro, I shoot straight out the PA. Let's go, let's get this done. I go do the photo shoot for his sister. I knock it out. I send them the pictures right there on the spot before I leave. It's business. This is business. I handle it. After we're done, we kick the shits. Me and his sister, her husband. I laugh, we joke. Yo, if y'all need anything again, holla at me. I'm going to charge you the price that I would charge somebody that I care about. Because I don't need you paying the price that some dude would charge you with a camera because he feels like he's a professional. Oh, no, you got to give me this. And granted, I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. But when I'm in control, I want to make sure that my people are comfortable with anything that's going on, whether they're working or whether a service is being offered and provided to them. Do you understand that? I wasn't smacking dudes in the head. Yo, these t-shirts is $40, $50. Nah, give me 20. Give me 15. What you want me to put on it? I'll put as much as you want me to put on it. You know why? Because as a boss, I know the overhead of my material. I know that I can go and get a sheet of vinyl, a 12 by 12, 1 foot sheet of vinyl. I can go get that sheet of vinyl for 40 cents, 50 cents. I know I can go and get 10 t-shirts for $10. I can go get a t-shirt for $1. So that's 60 cents for the vinyl, for the material. And that's $1 for the t-shirt. A person might only want a name, just a name. First name, last name, a street name, a handle, a street handle, whatever they call you in the street. They might just want something simple like that. You're not even using that whole 12 by 12. I might only have the name might be a 3 by 4, a 3 by 5, a 4 by 6. It might be something simple. And I still got a whole half of a sheet left. I just only use 30 cents. That's how my mind thinks as a businessman. So when I hear Dame talking about these things, I'm saying to myself, he's not bugging. Dame is not bugging. Dame is not tripping. I've fed a lot of people. And there's times when I've been in situations where I'm like, yo, I'm popped right now. But you know what? I'm not calling anybody to save me. You know why? Because everybody knows once big fella's back in position, I'm in position. Once y'all see me on that road, Once y'all see me with that camera in my hand, y'all know, oh, okay, it's that time again. And I'm a very patient person, almost to the point where it's a diabolical patience. You understand? You ever read books or watch movies where a madman or a scientist is working on a project for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and once it's time, it's time? That's how I am when it comes to my work, with my craft, with anything that I'm developing or I'm building on, because I'm a creative. And naturally, that's how I am. I can't talk about everyone. I can only speak for myself. But as a creative, that's how I am. Yeah, I mean, yeah, salute, Alan, of course. I appreciate you. Not Amber Lynn, are you from the UK? No, I'm not from the UK. My last name is Davenport, though. I do plan on taking a trip out there and visiting the UK so I can, you know, have a good time out there, you know, sip on a little tea, cruise on the tube, smoke a fag, you know. I want to go out there to the UK to do all of these things because, yes, I have an English last name. My last name is Davenport. My father's side of the family is Panamanian. I found out later in my life. So, yeah, I have a lot of research to do. What's good? Let's talk about it. What's good, bro? How you doing, man? What's up, man? And that's another thing, too, I want to say to y'all. The state of battle rap has gotten, you know, it's not as fun as it used to be. It's not as fun as it used to be. And I got so much content I'm about to drop on y'all. Interviews with Mook and Rex talking about Bill Gates during the pandemic. I got so much pandemic content I'm about to drop on y'all because I'm tired of seeing this stuff that I'm seeing. Battle rap is getting boring. You know what I mean? Hey, salute. Let's talk about it. I'm good, bro. I'm chilling, man. I'm maintaining. I'm planning a few things, some real great things. Yeah, for battle rap. Planning some great things for the gaming world. I got a few things lined up. So, yeah, I'm getting ready, man. I'm getting ready. You know, stacking on my ammo, getting ready. Because when hoodie season come, it's here. You see, I got mine on when that tech weather. That's that tech weather. You know what I mean? When hoodie season come, believe you me, I got some things for y'all. And you know, but yeah, like I was saying with Dame, I totally understand Dame. I understand Dame because, like I said, I fed people, and then I've been in situations where I'm like, damn, I'm popped right now. I just ran through $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I just paid all of these bills. Now I'm down to $1,200, $1,500. Let me make this stretch. I done been in situations like that. Like, and people will tell you, I done showed the receipts. Yo, bro, I went on the road, right? I took 2 people with me. Shout out to Wade Out Black. Shout out to Brills. Right? I took Wade Out Black with me. I took Brills with me. We went on a trip for 6 days. I gave Wade Out 15. I gave Brills 2. I had to give him, I told him, I gave him 2 or 22. I told you I'll give you 3 later, something like that. Because he's a driver. Wade Out didn't drive. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna give you your 15. I'm pretty sure it was more than that too, because we got a lot of tips on the road. But I took these 2 dudes with me and I said, yo, we're gonna go on this trip. I'll pay you this, I'll pay you that, and we're gonna go get this money. And I took these dudes with me across the country on a 6-day trip. This is 2023, October. I had a plan for myself. I said, Joe, it's my birthday coming up, 2023, my birthday coming up. At the time I was turning 34. I said to myself, I told my mom, yo, I wanna make $10,000 for my birthday. I want to see if I can hit the road and make $10,000 because I've been watching Instagram and I've been watching these dudes with these trucks getting money, and I want to see what it's like. And this is all Dame Dash. This is all going back to Dash and Dame Dash and the concept of being a boss. Do you understand that? So I said, okay, bet. Let me hit the road. Let's hit the road. Pick Wade out, pick Bros up. We hit the road. We do PA. We go to Rockford, Michigan. We go to Illinois. We go to Ohio. We go to Dayton, Ohio. We drop down. We go to Arizona. We hit Texas. We bounce back. We shoot back across the map. Bro, by the time we finish And pardon me, no, I'm sorry, I forgot Utah. We did Utah to Tennessee. We hit Utah. By the time we get to Tennessee, we clear that Tennessee move. The Tennessee move is $4,500 alone. Top of the line, John Steele, $1,100. Yo, John Steele, salute, bro. Salute, John. What's good, bro? How you been, man? How you been, John? I've been chilling, man. I've been chilling. I'm about to get back on my bully, because I see it's looking terrible out here. I'm definitely about to get back to my bully, because yo, I'm looking at accounts with 1 million followers struggling to get 20,000 views after 24 hours of being uploaded. The game is twisted. The game is twisted. But the algorithm is always easy to figure out when you are creative. It's always easy to figure out. There's so many different tricks and techniques for you to figure out how things work. But I've been good, John. Yo, top of the line. I hope you good. I hope you good, John. Let's talk about it. Shout out. He said it's called lies. What exactly are you speaking of? Let's talk about it. Yeah. So now, I get back, like I was saying, from the trip. And now I'm looking at my account. And my account is showing that I just cleared 13,000 in 6 days. Now, for a celebrity, that's nothing. You know, $13,000, 13,000 in 6 days for a person who's hitting the road and getting 10,000 a show, 50,000, 100,000 a show. Some people 500,000 or $1 million a show. When you get that type of money, right? Let's talk about it. Okay, right, exactly. That's another thing too. Let's talk about it. I noticed that. So now it makes you wonder. It makes you question a lot of things. When you see, oh, you got 1.2 million views on the platform, and you struggling to get 20,000 views after a day of it being uploaded, it makes you wonder, because people like Averb, people like Dame Dash, when you try to put them on the back burner and do them wrong for a long time, they wind up coming out and trying to expose people. I've heard Verb mention. Shout out to Hitman. This is no shot to Hitman. Great battle with Mook. But I've heard Verb mention, yo, those numbers are fixed, Hitman. Those are fixed numbers. And perception is reality, but perception will also pull you in to build the reality. Meaning, if something in front of you says 2 million views, and something on the other side says 10,000 views, does that mean the content with the 2 million views has more substance to it than the content with the 10,000 or 20,000 views? No, it doesn't. So that's why I say perception is reality, and perception also can help you build the reality. Because if you perceive that this video with 2 million views is lit just because it got 2 million views, you'll click on it. That video keep getting clicks. Now somebody probably took some money and said, you know what, let me dump this in there. Let me dump some money in there. And you're going to keep clicking on it. Now that content with the 10, 20,000 views, people like me who love content and look for good content all the time, I'm looking at this video like, damn, why this video don't got more views? Nobody knows about this. So you know what happens? A person like me will then go in and say, okay, I'm going to snatch this. Let me take this part of the video, that part of the video. Let me throw this on Instagram. Yeah, I'm giving y'all some sauce. I'm giving y'all some info. If the video has substance to it and nobody is putting the video out there, break that video up and put it online. Let people know. You might be lit on social media. You know how many times, listen, I got a video on TikTok right now, till this day. I put that video out, I want to say, the first year my daughter was born. My daughter was born December 2022. That within that first 12 months, I was in the house, daddy daycare, doing everything, going out, working, coming back. So when I was home, I was online doing everything. I put this video up, and let me tell you, till this day, this video is still getting likes, getting views, getting traction on TikTok. Y'all can go check it out right now on there at ZYIR6K, Mr. Davenport on TikTok. The video got probably 6.6, close to 7 million views, and it's not my video. I snatched it because I saw how creative the video was. Bro, the original video on YouTube only has like 2 million views. I did 300% what they did off of their content, almost to the point where people come in and say, yo, they think the video is real and it's a skit. I learned more about the video after dropping it from looking at my comment section where people were saying, yo, I know those people. They have a YouTube channel. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'm showing my people just like, yo, look, I'm getting more traction off of their content than they are. And that goes to show you how the internet works, how the digital world works, and how perception can be swayed easily. This little girl, and real quick, just to tell you about the skit, little girl comes in, mother and father's at the table. The little girl tells the father, oh, mommy says she's going to see her friend. So now the dad is like, yo, what are you talking about? What is she talking about, this friend? Da-da-da-da-da. Boom, they go back and forth. Everybody in the comment section, oh my God, the daughter is such a good girl. That's right, she's a daddy's girl, she's sticking up. But nobody knows it's a skit. Nobody knows it's a skit. That's how powerful it is, how powerful things are and content is online. How you could have millions, I got millions and millions of people coming to watch a video that don't even belong to me. Is TikTok mad? TikTok's not mad. TikTok like, yo, we love this. We need this. We like your channel. And you know what that video did? That video wound up taking my channel to over 10,000 followers. I follow like 400 or 500 people on TikTok. I'm hardly on TikTok. But that one video took my TikTok page to over 10,000 followers. You understand? So when Dame is saying these different things about being a boss, it's the mindset. It starts with the mindset. You understand? Like I said, I'm not in no gang. I don't follow people around. I'm a boss. I lead myself and I lead others. If I can't lead you, I don't want to be around you because I'm wasting your time. If I can't feed you, if we can't get money together, if we can't hustle together, if I can't film for you and help you build your career, if I can't put you on the road with me and take you with me so we can get money, if I can't put you in the passenger seat or the back seat with me and drive you 4 or 5 states away so we can go make $300-400 a day, then I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around you because I want to help people. I know what it's like to be in a situation where you popped and you don't got money. I know what that's like. I also know what it's like to talk to a realtor and the realtor say, God damn, your October, a monthly statement says that you made $18,000. Can you show that to me in the bank account? And I'm telling the damn realtor, no, I made this $18,000 on Cash App. And the realtor said, well, unfortunately, the mortgage officer will not help you get any money on a Cash App account, on a debit account. Free at last. Yo, what's good? Salute. Yeah, so I understand when Dame is saying these things, it's the mindset. It's the mindset. You understand? Like, for instance, in 2016, I go live easily. I have 200-300 people in the room, 400-500 people in the room going live. Now, I go live, 2 people, 3 people here, 4 people there, 3 likes, which is why I don't go live, because a lot of times I don't be feeling in my element. Then I had something to really go crazy for. You understand? I didn't have my daughter at the time. I didn't have my young son. You know what I mean? It was just Shane. It was just my firstborn. I didn't have my 2 younger kids at the time. I was on parole. I'm working crazy hours doing construction. And I'm also falling in love with battle rap because battle rap is saving me from falling back into the white collar mindset, where I'm trying to shut down businesses and clean out whole inventories of stores. You understand? So once I was able to focus on the camera put me into ZYIR BattleThon. Everybody, the world got introduced to ZYIR BattleThon. Everybody was able to see BattleThon. Oh, shoot, BattleThon. You know, this is when I had different relationships with people in media who probably wouldn't have reached out to me if they didn't see what type of energy I had. Shout out to Raw Battle Magazine, Melvin Walker. Shout out to Terrell Blair, Military Grind. Those two brothers used to have the Jazzy Underground in the Bronx on Tiffany and Broadway. You understand? I met First Lady Flames at the Jazzy Underground. I met Jack Boy Maine at the Jazzy Underground. Shout out to the bro, Moneybags. I met Moneybags at the Jazzy Underground. So when I was on papers and I was fighting for these people to stay off of me and leave me alone, and I can honestly say I had cool parole officers. People gonna sit there and tell you, oh, ain't no such thing as a good PO or a cool cop. They lying to you. It's just something wrong with them. It's something wrong with their energy. It's something wrong with their aura, and the atmosphere in the world is not feeling them. Because every institution that I've been in, I've never had a CO violate me. I've never had a CO try to break my arm, do anything crazy. Any jail I ever been to, I never had no CO violate me. So I know I can absolutely understand when people say, yeah, that CO was cool. When people say, oh, there's no such thing as a good cop, or they lying. That's not true. Y'all got family that's cops. Y'all got family that's COs. So y'all know that's not true. That's not true. The COs took care of me. Shout out. Listen, I don't even want to say the CO's name. I'm going to just say Stag. Man, listen, man. When I was up in the mountains, man, I remember, man, this white CO was so cool, man. He sit there and talk to me for hours. So anybody that been up north know that there's 3 shifts. It's 3 shifts. It's the 7 to 3. It's the 3 to 11. It's the 11 to 7. And we had Stag disabled iPhone 17. I had Stagmeyer. I had this CO Stagmeyer. He was on the 3 to 11 shift. Bro, when me and him started talking about gaming and live streaming, and he went home and saw my YouTube channel, at first he was like, yo, because at first I used to take like model pictures. I would take different videos and clips. I would chop it up, edit them, take the sound out, put my own sound over and upload it. I have videos with Cherokee and all these different models, stuff like that. Millions of views. So I was learning YouTube before battle rap. So now I'm up north. I'm about to get back into it. So now Stag is like, yo, I like your YouTube channel. Long story short, we get to talk about games. He's like, yo, you're really a gamer. Don't you know this dude used to come in and drop me off the Game Informer magazine every day? He would come sit by my cube and talk to me. He would clock in, do his rounds, go check everybody's cube, count everybody, all 60 men in the dorm, and then he'll spin back around and come back to my cube and kick it with me for at least 4 or 5 hours. I'm talking about to the point where the homies is looking at me like, yo, homie, this nigga he really rock with you. Like, Stag really, yeah. Shout out to the other CO, Brad. I used to think he was I didn't like him at first. Bald-headed, blue-eyed CO. Shout out to him. Bro, listen. He owns a diner. I'm sitting there chilling one day. My man, Black, from Long Island. Black come up to me, yo, bro, pull up. Stag got some stuff for us, so I pull up. Stag like, oh, Davenport don't like me. He's talking about me. Davenport don't like me. So I'm looking at this CO like, I'm like, why you say that for? He's like, he's like, yeah, I mean, like, you just don't like me. I can tell. Like, you don't, when they're over here talking and they call you, you don't want to come over here. Pardon me. That's the ambulance. Yeah. Every time the homies is at the desk and you don't want to come up here and talk, and, you know, I'm just real standoffish because I need to fill people out. That's just how I am. So now I pull up to the CO desk. He steps off the desk. He goes to, the COs always have like a break room where they can go sit down, eat and stuff like that. He steps off to the room. He goes into the room. He passes us eggs and he passes us fresh cheese and fresh bread. I'm like, wow, what's this for? He's like, oh no, I just bought some stuff from the diner. So me and Black step out. He starts chopping everything up. He starts cooking everything. And I'm like, yo, why he give this to you? He's like, oh, him and his wife own a diner down the street. So I'm like, wow. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. So when people tell you, oh, there's no good cops, the good COs, they lying, bro. It's just them. Trust me. And at that time when I didn't like him and I was being standoffish, it was just me. Because I didn't want to get a chance to know. I didn't feel like I had the need to get a chance to know him. But once I got a chance to go up there and chop it up with this dude, man, this CO was cool as hell. This CO was cool as hell, man. And I could go on about endless COs who looked out for me and made sure I was good. Let me do things that in the handbook of the correctional facility of New York State is not allowed. But them COs let me slide. And I know plenty of homies that'll tell you the same thing. I never been violated. Never. And back to boss talk. Being comfortable within yourself. That's another thing. A man could look at you, right? A man could look at you and look into your eyes and look into your soul and know something's off about you. Now, if you're on the borderline of doing right and wrong and you got wicked ways about you, ulterior motives, and that's just in your blood, maybe you so good at being devious that people can't catch it. And that's when it hits them and they say, damn, I couldn't see it. I didn't see it. And they blame themselves. But for the most part, man, nah, man. I understand what Dame is talking about. Dame said that. They got an undying loyalty for Jay-Z. I feel like y'all on the payroll. Dame told Charlamagne, Wendy Williams is your OG. You like the gossip. Let's talk about it. But now, even with that, I totally understand where Dame is coming from. But this is what corporate America has turned social media into. And I tell people this all the time. Social media is a tool for power. Use this tool for what it's worth. Use this social media for what it's worth. This is a power tool, man. If you got something that a service you can provide, if you can get on here and teach people something, whether you cooking, doing home improvement, shipping, building, gaming, whatever you doing, if you got a service that you can provide, get on social media and tell the world about it and do it. Shout out to everybody in NY Media. Shout out to my boy Clip. 4K, 5K Clip. About to be 6, 7, 8K Clip. You know what I mean? Shout out to Knowledge to God. Hip hop is real. They holding it down. NY Media is heavy. You understand? And shout out to all of y'all, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Shout out to y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Go bust a few moves, man. Little drizzly out here in Jersey. I'm out here in Jersey. But real quick though, shout out to Dame Dash though, man, because yeah, Dame is an OG. What I wanted to say is, if I was Jay-Z, I wouldn't allow a friend of mine to be in that situation. If you never took nothing from me, we never got into anything. If you know, I feel like at that point in my life, if I was to reach that type of level, mentally, financially, especially financially more so, because mentally I'm already at a certain level, but if I could reach that point financially, I would never let my peoples go through something like that, especially publicly. You know, we done spent millions together. We done traveled the world together. I'm not gonna let nobody do that. I'm not gonna let nobody be left out there like that. And I tell people this all the time. If I make it, we make it. And you know, some people will be like, damn, well, you gotta worry about your family. My family's good. Trust and believe that. My family's good. I got a strong matriarch, strong patriarch, mother and father. My family's good. But if I make it, I got a few people that I'm gonna take with me. And that's enough for me, because I know when I take those people, they're gonna take some more people with them. and they can take care of those people. And it turns into a pyramid chart. It turns into a pyramid chart. Like I told Clip, as soon as I get this budget and they throw this budget at me, nigga, I'm taking you with me. It's just like that's just how it is. Exactly. Let's talk about it. That's exactly what it's about. Looking out for the people, where we come from. We have to, man. That's how we build. This is why anytime I get an opportunity and they say, yo, can you bring somebody? Yes, I can. How much are they getting paid? They're getting paid the same amount that I'm getting paid. And if you feel like you can't pay them the same amount, don't pay them. You can't pay them less than 25. You can't pay them less than 30. That's the type of person I am. I always advocate for people. I'm always trying to get money for people. That's how I am. That's just how I am. Always trying to look out for people. Why? Exactly. If I make it, we make it. And my family make it. You understand? When you put people on and you help people and you feed people and you know in your heart that person that you're taking care of got good intentions to go take care of their people, now you start a branch. That person goes to take care of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Now those people are good. If any of those several people got jobs and things to take care of or bills, now that one person you help just lighten the load on those several people. Now it lightens the load on those people and they can go out and help more people. That's how it starts. It's literally a pyramid. It's literally a pyramid. You understand? You know how good it feels to be able to put $1,500 in somebody's pocket? You know how good it feels to be able to pay somebody $2,000 and tell them, yo, thank you for this 5 or 6 days of work. Thank you for helping me. You understand? Shout out to Brills. Brills done been on the road with me. Brills is a road warrior. That is my guy. He's a road warrior. I done been on the road with Brills and made thousands. We done made thousands in 5, 6 days. And I'm not talking about no 4 or 5,000. I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 15,000. You understand? My overhead crazy because in the beginning, I didn't understand the business part. I didn't understand it in the beginning. I didn't own my trucks. I was going and renting trucks from U-Haul, hitting U-Haul Friday, Saturday. They charged me $1 a mile. Throughout the week, it's like 60, 70 cents or something like that. But yeah, you know what I mean? My overhead was crazy. But it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling being able to look out for people and feed people. You understand? Different battles that I've tried to put people in position for, battles that people have gotten. Yo, listen, this dude is nice. Get him up here. When I'm filming and I'm behind that camera, I shout out to Moody Rock. Shout out to Moody Rock. I like how he raps. A lot of people be in the crowd laughing at him, but I love how he raps. I like his style. I see the potential in it. And he got that rock and roll swag. So I remember one time I pulled him to the side. I said, yo, bro, what you just rapped, you could have saved. You had about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm looking on the camera. I said, yo, you got about 6 minutes of this. You could have did a 3-minute round and killed them just with that. And the crowd would have been good. And you would have won that round and saved that other 3 for the next round. You could have saved that. I said, yo, you good. You better than what you give yourself credit for. And don't listen to none of these people in the crowd. Let's talk about it. He said, people look out for me. My father did. People look out for my nephews because of what I've done. See how that works. Exactly. And that's how it starts. And that's why anytime when I'm in a situation where I say, damn, things is not going too good. Financially, I don't got it. I can't, like, I'm a very transparent person, but I'm also a loner. So sometimes when I could be transparent the most people won't ever see that transparency because I don't want to be in nobody's face if I can't help. If I can't be a help to the situation, I don't want to be in your face. So if I'm messed up, if I'm down and out, I'm not calling everybody in the world that I looked out for. You understand? So I agree with Dame on a lot of things, but and I absolutely agree with him on the fact that, yo, if I helped you make millions of dollars, why can't you spin the block and look out for me when you see that I'm popped? I agree with him on that. But also I have to learn from Dame. And here I am, 36 years old. I got to learn from Dame that in order for you not to be in a situation like that, you need to prepare for the day. And I'm pretty sure some OGs told Dame that. Dame, you need to prepare for the day that you might be messed up, that you might be facing debt, that you might be facing lawsuits, civil and everything like that, forfeiture and these different types of things. You might be facing bankruptcy. Prepare for the day. This is what people have told. The OGs have told us these things. So as much as I can agree with Dame, at the same time, I got to learn from him so I don't have to be like him or be in a situation like him when I'm his age. And thank God I have another 20 more years before I even get anywhere near the age bracket of these older gentlemen that we're seeing go through the things that they're going through. The Shannon Sharps, the Dame Dashes, all of it. Thank God, because this gives you a foresight. We have, one thing I can honestly say about us being able to see all of the things that go on social media, it gives you a foresight. Whatever age group you're in, if you're 20 and these guys are in their 50s and 60s, it gives you a 30 to 40 year foresight. You have a foresight of 3 to 4 decades if you're in your 20s and you're seeing these guys go through this. Right. It's common. Spend the block. Right. And Dame wasn't responsible. And that's something that I know, because if he was, he wouldn't be up here saying, why is nobody looking out for me? If you was responsible and you had bread, it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter. At this point, you would just keep building so you could just go to war. Because that's what it is at this point. Everybody on the podcast lining up, doing shows together. Yo, you come over here, you come work with me. This is what it's all about. And even if you are a boss in your own right, build your allegiance. Build your soldiers. Build your soldiers. And that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. I've been building an army. Shout out to Piper Boy. Piper Boy was one of the people that I got cool with first. I kind of said some harsh things about him, about Piper Boy, because Piper Boy, somebody sent me some things about him, conversation, and somebody sent me some footage of him dressed up with the wig and the lipstick and the bra and everything. And I'm like, damn, bro, why are you doing all of this just for views? Like, so, I had a falling out with him, but I can honestly say Piper Boy was the first person that inspired me to start getting them YouTube checks. Piper Boy, listen, I'm going to let y'all know something. He one of the first person that showed me a $4,000 or $5,000 YouTube check. Piper Boy Williams. Shout out to Piper Boy Williams. Trishan. Shout out to Piper Boy Williams. You know what I mean? He's one of the first people that showed me a $4,300, $4,500 check and said, yo, keep grinding, you gonna get it. He was the first person to reach out to me. You understand? So I gotta always pay homage to him. I always gotta salute him and give him his respect and give him his flowers while I can. You understand? Because no matter how I felt at that moment, no matter how immature it was, I can honestly agree today, yeah, that was immature. He did what he did. He felt like he needed to do that. That's on him. That don't got nothing to do with you. And I should have took it like that, but I didn't. I was too caught up in the social media and standing on what I'm standing on. And, yo, you on parole and you on papers and you can't be associated with somebody like that. But that had nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? So shout out to him, salute to him. But yeah, he showed me that check. And right after that, I got on my grind. Shout out to Jordan Towers. I remember Jordan Towers put a video out talking about Big Meech possibly getting a pardon from Barack Obama. Jordan Towers put that video out. I said, let me piggyback off of this. And my rationale was, well, Jordan Towers is a white man talking about this. If I talk about it, it should probably get more views, which it did. I wound up getting I got 730,000 views within the first week off that video. Breaking down Big Meech possibly getting a pardon from Barack Obama. And off of that $730,000, Christmas, it was December 2016, I got it's like a $1,200 check from YouTube. Just that one video took over my whole page. And I wasn't even, that one video took over my whole page, like, for the last 2 weeks of December. I was like, yo, because at first I saw, like, because they have like a limit, like you can't get no money if you don't reach a certain threshold. If you don't hit that threshold on YouTube, back then, I don't know what it is now because I'm not putting out content. So this is my first video I've done in forever. But back then the threshold was like $100. So if you don't reach the $100 threshold, you can't cash out. So I was over the threshold though. I was like, I think I had like I was like $300, something like that, $200. And then I go and check, you constantly checking, I'm new, so I'm hyped, eager to look. I go back and look, I see 1,300. I say, ooh. Shout out to the homie Shy B, SWM. I hit Shy up, yo, Shy. Yo, we got to check. That's my business partner in BattleThon. Shy B, SWM, Shy B. He's the OG. Shout out to the big bro. He came up with the name BattleThon. I'm Zaire, but he came up with the name BattleThon because originally, back in the day, he came home from his first bid. He said to his brother, yo, I want to start this battle rap thing. And his brother was playing games, and he never got to do it. I was going to Apex for welding. Just come home from my bed. I'm going to Apex for welding. And I'm constantly talking about battle rap and being a cameraman because, I was taking notes when I was up north. And Shy is hearing me talk about this, and he's like, yo, bro, let's meet up and talk about something. So we meet up. He backs out like $4,000. Y'all bought $4,000 with me. I want to go get a camera. I want to go get a tripod, go get the equipment, a light, mic. Let's be business partners. And that was my first official business partner. At that time I was, this is 2015. It's 26. 10 years ago, yeah, 26, 25, turning 26. Yeah, man. So listen, man, I totally understand Dame Dash, man. I don't want to drag this out for too much longer. I'm gonna get out of here, but I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Never be afraid to take business into your own hands. Never be afraid to bet on yourself. Never be afraid to bet on yourself because remember, it starts with you. You got to be the one, no matter who you work for, you got to be the one to get up and give yourself the encouragement to get up out of bed and tell yourself, go and do the job that you need to go and do today. It starts with you. So never be afraid to bet on yourself. I bet on myself every single time. And because of me betting on myself has put thousands of dollars in people's pockets, has fed people's families and people's babies. So I'll always bet on myself and continue to because I love being in the position of power where I don't have to tell people, oh, you can't do this on the job. No, you can't smoke. No, you can do what you want to do. I want you to be comfortable when we do this. If you need a break, take a break. Love, life, and loyalty is still the motto, and it's always the motto. Stay safe, stay real, and stay true. If y'all rock with me, I rock with you. Mr. 6K.